Sometimes you have an opportunity to putt for your best score ever. And sometimes you're putting for quadruple bogey. Had a lot more of that going on today. Really beautiful course here in St. George, Utah called Coral Canyon. One of the most beautiful courses I've played, honestly. I had a lot of fun and it was gorgeous, though my golf game was not. And as we go through this round, you're going to notice a common pattern that you're going to be able to recognize. Call it out in the comments when you see it. But there's a very specific reason why I didn't play my greatest golf today. And based on this first hole, you're probably thinking, well, Jake, that's 3 putts. It is not, though I did start out with a 3-putt bogey. I step up to the tee on the second hole thinking, wow, we got a nice straightforward par 3. Managed to pull my tee shot not only into the sand, but plugged in a downhill lie in the sand. Thought I hit a great swing to get it out of there, but unfortunately that thing just ran 40 yards down the hill. The comebacker nearly smashed into my playing partners, but they were able to swerve away from the ball. Had this look for bogey. No good. Tap in double. Great start to the round. Now, I hit the range before my round today and was stoked about how I was hitting all my clubs, especially the driver. Just had a reliable fade the whole time on the range, and I thought, I'm going to play good golf today. Usually when I feel confident with my driver, it's a day for a good round of golf. On this hole, I was able to put that drive right in the middle. Took my approach shot just short with that iron and had a nice 25-yard Texas wedge here, giving myself a look at par. Now this look I would just miss. Tap in bogey, that's okay. The pars will come. The pars will come. They always come. Moving on to hole 4, a long par 3. This will be a bonus to get a par on this hole. Blocked it out to the right a little bit. Was worried I was going to have a penalty drop there, but was able to find it in the sandy dirt here. And whenever I'm in a position like this, my main focus is just to get the ball on the green, which I failed to do here. Luckily, I was able to get a decent up, almost hitting my playing partner's ball, which she almost made from 100 feet. That was pretty incredible. And then I'm going to finish out for a bogey here. Not too bad for a 200-yard par 3. Off the tee, once again, hitting a really comfortable baby fade right where I want it to go, just over that sand trap. Giving myself a look at reaching the green in 2. So the obvious play here is going to be to pull my next shot left into the bushes so I can take a penalty drop. Because why wouldn't you on a par 5? I've felt like I had a par 5 curse recently. I used to love par 5s, and now they're my worst length of hole statistically. So I got some stuff to figure out with the par 5s. I'm just really shooting myself in the foot a lot with those things. Still have a chance at bogey, but left it way high and have to settle for a tap-in double. Another driver off the tee, another baby fade into the fairway. At least we got that going for us right now. Second shot left myself about 180 yards into the wind. Took my 5-iron. Blocked it out to the right. Thought I was losing this one too, but caught a good bounce off that uphill slope just after the sand, and it somehow stayed in play, leaving myself about 30 yards. Hit a decent chip, and once again giving myself at least a look at par. But we all know what happens next.
More pace.
Not a par. Tap in bogey. It's all right. The pars will come. The pars will come. Another baby fade drive. This one got away from me a little bit and ends up in the sand trap on the right. No problem. I can play a fairway bunker. Let's do it. Yeah, nice out, Jake. Got an easy 130 yards in to get my green in regulation. But I catch it fat and leave it short of the green. That's okay. We can get it up and down. We got plenty of green to work with. Let's use that Texas wedge, nestle it up there close. Well, this green had a lot more downhill slope than I realized, and that ball just took off. Not even on in 4. It's okay. Got a decent look there. See if we can get a par here. Left it high, and wouldn't you know it, another sweet little bogey. The pars will come. Forgot to record my tee shot here, but I bladed it on a 212-yard par 3 to the right. Caught a good bounce off of the slope, and I thought I was on the green. However, ended up off of the green. Texas wedge time. Drop it in there to 5 feet. Pretty happy with that putt from up there. Big sidewinder here. Just kidding. Barely broke it all. But I got my par. Woohoo. All right, on to hole 9. Forgot to record the tee shot like a big dummy. That's okay. It was the typical baby fade into the fairway like we've been talking about. Second shot, 6-iron, put it up there pretty nicely. 100 yards left into the green, and I hit it up there, but had some spin on a false front, and there ended up running back down the fairway a bit, unfortunately. 25 yards left to the hole, and hit a great upper. As you can see here, just left a easy tap in for back-to-back pars. All right, we're going to have some momentum. We're going to do some stuff now. Look at that. Another baby fade drive right into the middle of the fairway. Telling you that driver was good to me today. But have you noticed what wasn't yet? Just a minor thing. All right, second shot here for my approach. Long hole. This is a 500-yard par 4. Hit my 4-iron on my second and had about 20 yards to the green still. And then I left this dump pitch short of that slope, and it just came back down, leaving me a long putt for par, which I'm obviously going to blast 8 feet past the hole. Okay, maybe it's 6. But hit a great comebacker and was able to secure the bogey. Now, this is where I'm going to start to kind of forget how to play golf. I still hit my typical baby fade drive out to the right there a little bit, but I was teasing the hazard. I got away with this one and left it just short of the hazard. But my next shot, I'm going to catch it super fat, and I'm going to throw it into that hazard. Had to take a drop, so now I'm sitting 3. No problem. We are within attacking range of the green, but another bad shot out to the right into the sand. And now that's okay. 50-yard sand shot. Nobody can hit those. So I wasn't surprised when I left this short. Now here would have been a great time to get out the Texas wedge. But I was feeling confident after my pitch on 9, decided to use my 58 and blasted it past the hole. So now I've got a tricky sidewinder downhill putt for 7. And I did a decent job with that. I was actually pretty happy with that putt. This putt, however, not too stoked about. Just missed it short. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a quadruple bogey. So at this point, I kind of lost it mentally. Started making a lot of mistakes, starting with this tee shot, which I hit into the hazard. Had to drop my ball in the drop zone. And now it took me 3 shots to get onto the green with a long sidewinding downhiller. But check this out. I hit a great putt, just caught the downhill, lipped on the edge of that cup. I was pretty happy with that putt, even though it didn't go in. Boom, baby, double bogey. All right, let's move along. This was the first drive that didn't do my normal. I mean, it still faded a little, but I pulled it a little bit. It did stay in play, left me to look at the green. But like I said, I'm on tilt right now, and I just belayed the crap out of this approach shot, sending it significantly over the green. Now this was one I probably should use my wedge on. That was a lot of grass to cover with my Texas wedge, and didn't quite get there. If that goes another foot, that's rolling all the way onto the green, but unfortunately it did not. Another poor shot puts me way under the hole here, and I've got a pretty tough bogey putt now, which I just about got in, but not quite. Tap in for another double bogey. And while we're playing like garbage, might as well switch up the drives and hit a draw instead of a fade into the hazard. So I have to take another drop. That seemed like a good idea? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, sitting 2, hitting 3. Caught it just a little fat, left it short of the green. Now we're sitting 3, hitting 4, and I bladed it. Luckily got over that sand, but also got over the entire green. Now I got a tough little comeback chip, which I'm going to use my actual wedge for on this one. Not too shabby. Not amazing, but not terrible. See if I can hole a stinking putt here. Looks good. No, no, it's not good. Good effort, but guess what? Triple bogey. And to add insult to injury on this short 100-yard par 3, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this short. Now, I hit a provisional because I figured that was gone, but I was able to find it. Look at the bottom left of your screen here. That's me swinging out of that crap. And what a shot it was.
Nice shot.
Best shot of the day right there, folks. And I follow it up with this beautiful putt. Finally secure a par on the back nine. All right, let's move along.
What a rip. Yeah, buddy. Perfect.
Back to that baby fade driver. Did good for me almost the whole day. Thank you, driver. All right, this is a par 5, and I blasted a 4-iron out to the right here. Really happy with how that ended up because that could have been in the hazard as well. Left myself a little pitch here. And would you look at that, a green in regulation. Is that my first green in regulation on hole 16? I believe it is. And here's that birdie putt. Just missed it. Tap in par, that's okay. That makes us happy. All right, 17. Let's just pull the crap out of that tee shot. Still got the fade though, am I right? All right, now by some miracle, I found this ball in the trees. Tried to punch it out, hit a terrible punch out shot. Was too lazy to move the camera. Sorry, guys, but I did hit a great one. You can hear by the reaction of my playing partners. This for par. Well short of the hole. And bogey it is. All right, we made it to hole 18. I know this is painful, guys. Limping along. Another one of those baby fade drives. I thought this was too far to the left, but it actually ended up in prime position. Left myself about 110 yards to the green, took a 50-degree, hit that onto the green. Once again, that's a second green in regulation, folks. We're on a roll now. Ran up the putt here. Pretty solid putt. And let's tap in for par and get the hell out of here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.